by head coach Scott Swanson off of a 3-1 win here at LSU. Coach, first win here in 13 years, and it seemed like the team right out the gate knew that this was a must-win, had that must-win mentality, and really was clicking on all phases today.
Yeah, it really was. It was our time to, I think, get our confidence back. We've been doing some better things in practice. We went back to our lineup that has all of our experience in it, and I think we got our swagger back a little bit. We went back to what we were doing in the preseason a little bit more. We set our right sides an awful lot. Michaela Shields had 14 kills, I think, 15 kills. They didn't stop her very often, and so we just reestablished, I guess, our strengths today.
And Coco Williams had probably her best match of the entire season today, double-double with, I think it was about 13 or 14 kills, and she said, post-game that the big thing for her today offensively was just being able to get those tempo balls, and it all starts with the passing, and the passing was really solid. So kind of how does that all work to your guys' advantage when you're trying to set Coco?
Well, she helped herself out because she passed great today, and she was giving our setters good balls inside the 10-foot line, and they were able to set a tempo ball out to her where the defense was expecting us to set it back to our right side. So I thought we did a good job with our decision making, and we set Coco at the right times. And even when she didn't have a great set, she kept it in the court or tooled the block or tipped it somewhere. So that just, she's a savvy veteran senior out on the court, and she knows how to play the game really well. And she stayed really mentally tough today, and that was the difference. She had confidence in all phases of her game.
Well, I'll wrap it up by talking about the fourth set, especially get behind early on, kind of similar to the second set where they came back and even the match at 1-1, but you got a lot of balls, touched and deflected and tooled on defense, but you just couldn't scoop them up on the back line. What was it that kind of changed and swung the momentum later on in that game?
I think we started to slow Gina Tillis down a little bit. We knew that they were going to set her, and we got some good block touches that we were able to transition out of. She tried to tip once, that didn't go over. That was a pretty big momentum shift, I think, when we got her a little bit out of her rhythm, because she had a really phenomenal day. She had 19 kills against us, and we really didn't adjust as early as we wanted to with our block. But I think we started digging her, to be honest. I think our left back was getting in the right spot, and we dug up a couple times, transitioned out, and that was, we kept the ball alive long enough for them to make a couple errors and for us to get a couple kills, and the momentum swung back our way. I think it was after 16 or so to get us back in control of that fourth set.
And how important was that set mentally? Because it seemed like when you get down by 5-6 points early on in that set, it would be easy for a team that's lost a few matches in a row to kind of just give up and say, all right, let's just go to the fifth set and see what happens there. But for them to rally back, that really says a lot about where the team is at mentally today.
Yeah, I think they didn't worry about it, which was exactly what we were trying to get them to do. We were talking about, we're not gonna play not to lose. We're gonna play to win and play every point to win it. And we had our stumbles. We definitely had some momentum shifts that weren't very comfortable, but I feel like we got ourselves out of it. We either rotated to a new rotation and somebody stepped up, or the other team would miss a serve and we would rotate, and we would have, it was kind of one of those back and forths. We had to come back 2 or 3 times in that set. So I was proud of how they hung in there mentally, and I know we learned from a lot of situations throughout that match, being up, being down, and I know that's going to be useful for us for the rest of the year.
All right, Coach, thanks for your time. Congratulations.
Thank you.